Hey folks, Lucid, welcome back. We're jumping back into our game with Lemuria, and we have interesting things for you. I'm at war with almost everybody, not Gath and not Satis. But it's looking like that may even change. We have a message from Caelum. Well, it was worth a shot, I think. And I guess this was his attempt to, I'm not sure what to do, but I guess to take some of these forts. Or maybe that was referring to his Wrathful Skies trap he was doing. Speaking of the Wrathful Skies trap, we cast Mind Hunt, and we ran the odds for it, and it looked like, best case, it was going to be like a 15% chance that this would work. But it could have even been lower than that if there were scouts in the province. But we killed her. Thuella was the Queen of Air Elementals, and she had a Ring of Returning, a bunch of other good gear on her. Get wrecked, bitch. Ooh, that was spicy. We don't say the B word on here very often. Anyway, so Mind Hunt. Thuella is down. She was a big problem for us. And then Cloud Trapeze, we're moving a bunch of people around. We cast Living Castle here, so we have a new fort. And then we got a Grand Lemur, who I have named Crotus. May Crotus be with us. And then coming down here, we have some Earth attacks. So this one, which I had tested, does not work. So we'll watch what happens here. I thought this would work. Hit points. We've already got her half HP. I guess if she gets me down in size so I'm punching her, it's not really going to go well. And I don't have long. If she hits me one more time, we're in bad shape. But she's getting pretty low herself. Okay. So it was kind of close. I don't know what the math was, but it worked in my test. Didn't work here. But I only tested it once, so... Just goes to show, and then we sniped this guy. He stood no chance. And so coming down, so this is, we have a bunch of people teleporting on top of Mr. King of Earth Elementals. Now he has with him some mages. We've got 3 of these idiots. And then, but he's scripted to retreat. And then we basically skelly spam them. Unfortunately, they have some flyers that jump back here and kill one of my sorceresses. So we did take some losses, but yeah, we clearly wrecked their stuff. And fortunately, the retreat route was cut off, so the King of Mountains is dead. Unfortunately, we don't get his gear. But anyway, there we go. Rip King of Mountains. So we've killed 2 elemental royalty this turn, each with a good bit of gear. So that's like minus 200 gems for caelum. So just add that to the bill. And then down here we have teleported on top of Pythium's army. And what's odd is I was actually expecting him to do Firestorm in case he like bumped into my army, but apparently he didn't cast it, because I think he had gems. But instead he's doing Fire Elementals, which we don't really care about. Because we have 15 fire resistance. And we'll speed this up here. Slowly make our way through the fire elementals. Kill a lot of the vine ogres. Chop, 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 chop. We don't really kill many of the mages, I don't think. So for this one, I don't even know how these guys died, but yeah, these guys died. The King of Flames, he importantly lives, but everybody else dies. So, but he was kind of the only thing that mattered. I mean, not really. This is going to take the edge off his advancement into Atlantis. Yeah. So it's kind of nice. We got Pendant of Luck. I don't think here we found anything, though. Coming down, we found a magic site. Thunder Oak. Sweet. And then down here, you can see we have a long list of battles. So we'll click through these kind of quickly. Here we raid caelum, and we are successful, but at some cost. So minus 30 dudes. Here, Pythium takes a province back. He's got, this is actually kind of interesting, because he's using this as like his counter-raiding squad. He's got these guys who communion up, and then a bunch of mind burns. And I think that, yeah, he's got 2 communion slaves and 3 masters. So that's pretty effective. And the communion slaves are fine. They're, this guy's more fatigued, right? Yeah, because this guy's got lower astral. But yeah. It's reasonably effective. It's a little high risk, though. I mean, it's kind of a lot of mages, so if I were to have a lot of guys that he couldn't mind burn through quickly enough, and they were on attack rear, he'd be in trouble. Note to self. Here we successfully raid. Here we, these were the dudes we sniped the commander with Earth Attack, so we just knock him off a fort. And then here, caelum knocks me off of Agartha's cap, because I had dudes on. And then we raid down here, kill a decent amount of PD, lose a tiny bit. This PD is not actually that bad, because these guys have normal spears, and then these guys have nice spears, like magic weapon spears, but it's only 11 guys. Anyway, here we raid Pythium, and then here we have a big battle with caelum. So I had kind of thought caelum was going to move the army in, and I had kind of scripted this army okay, but I probably could have done better. And I didn't expect he would move the King of Magma, and I kind of thought he was going to come in without this guy. You know, because I don't know exactly why, but I thought he was going to kind of leave this guy to defend the throne, like not expose him, if you know what I mean. But no, he came out, and we have our first firestorm of the game, guys. We got Wailing Winds up. That's actually on his side, not mine. And then he casts Army of Lead. And then I cast Darkness. Which, Darkness, we're already in a cave. It gets more dark, but... He also has Aerofin, so it doesn't, my crossbows don't do shit. And there comes Firestorm. And Firestorm is just going to absolutely wreck my shit. And this is the same kind of shit we're going to have to deal with Gath. Now, the positive side is it's going to get rid of these fucking trolls, which cost a shit ton of upkeep, and it's going to get rid of my crossbows, which I haven't been using. They've just been sitting on my payroll. So, it'd be good to get rid of those. On the bad side, I lose my whole fucking army. And don't really kill much. I would have rather... I'm kind of fine losing this army. I don't think this guy has much gear on him. I guess a Moonblade. I'd be okay losing this army, but I would have rather traded it out a bit better. I mean, we routed a lot of the caelum army with fear and stuff, but... I mean, look at this, guys. Lost 580. We killed 36 guys. It's not much. Not much at all. It's unfortunate. Here we bump into Pythium, and this force... this is... I think this is the same guy that retreated out from our magic phase attack. So he is now... Yeah. In this army. I don't know how we would have done if he wasn't here, but We burned through some of their gems, and basically they just do foul vapors, which not very effective versus Lemuria. So the battle toll there, we kill a Centurion and a Serpent Acolyte. So that's like 70, 140. I mean, I think 140 gold is worth more than that to me. And then over here, yeah, we get raided by Satis. So this was, we're not really fighting him. He's just taking his land back. And then here, he has Misties that come in, and they're just doing swarm spam. But it's a fair amount of gems. Like, this is gem expensive. So they've got, most of them have 2, but one of them has 4. And then, I'm sorry, only one of them has, well, no. So 3 people with the Flambeau, which gives you the Holy Pyre spell, which is why I put it on. And then he's got 2 people who are going to cast Swarm twice, and 1 person who's going to cast it 3 times. Or so I thought. Okay, I wonder if they're going to cast it now and they wake up. No. I guess they've killed enough. So that was an extremely gem expensive way of killing 1 PD. I think it cost him 2, 4... yeah, it cost him 8 nature gems and 1 Misty to take this province, to take 1 PD back. Okay, buddy. Coming down, we raid Pythium successfully. We sent this guy to die in Gath, and we were successful. Getting that heretic killed off and off the payroll. Gotta mind those details. Down here, we get intercepted by Atlantis. Atlantis had been kind of giving up, sitting in their cap, and not moving armies around, just spamming Tuplix at me. Well, apparently he decided to roll out. Let's take a look. I haven't even looked at these white mages. Do they have anything special? No, they're just hanging out. So we've got Sea Trolls, which is good, because they're not going to be really vulnerable to dust. And we've got these guys kind of coming in. But there's just a lot of Witherbones coming out. And ultimately, the Sea Trolls cannot carry us. And we've got Apostasy coming out, which is, kind of nice, but... Basically, these guys slowly get picked off. We've got Furs and Heart Spam coming out, which is okay. And then, yeah, they come back and they're all over my Centurions. So if we look at it, our Centurions who died... They get weakened at all? Private Plunkett? No. Okay. Yeah. So a bit annoying. Our Woodhinge Druid with his gear made it away, but we lost some consoles. They might have had like a tiny bit of gear on them. And we lost the Sea Trolls, which, they're kind of useful, but I'm also kind of glad to get them off the payroll. They're nice, for sure. But we killed a fair amount of stuff. A lot of it was Corpse Constructs, but he didn't have that much stuff. So his final army is getting pretty whittled down. And if he didn't attack, I would have taken the fort, and he's kind of been giving up a little bit, so it was worth it to go for it, but I kind of knew if he attacked me, I would lose this. Here, we have a battle with Pythium, and this is... I thought I could kind of get this Grand Lemur out. This Grand Lemur is going to die. And, he's got 20, 30, 40, 45 gems of gear on him. And so he's going to not make it, but... So I don't think this actually is worth it for me. I think I probably should have taken my time and done Ritual of Returning. Rather than rush in, but I really want to get his ass off my throne. But they're spamming Enslaved Mind and shit back here. And so they're gradually stealing all my fucking ghosts. But I've got Wind of Death down. But this is not worth it, I don't think, for me. It does give me more time on the throne, so in that way, or not the throne, but this fort. So I lost these guys, which I don't care about. And he's not like permanently dead. We killed some revelers, some misties. He doesn't really care about these, I don't think. But we killed 10 Therogs, and that I do care about. This is going to make it much safer, easier, etc. to send my main army in, and we killed some eagles. So I don't think this was worth it, especially if he got some of my gear. But it wasn't bad, and it bought me a little bit of time. And before, it was so worth it before. The interesting thing about this is I was talking with the Pythium player, because he's got to go on holiday or something, so we found a sub for him. But I was like, hey, you know, we can have peace if you and Gath want to eat caelum. And I don't think he's going to do it, but whatever. I was like, it's not going that well for you. He's like, really? I think it's going really well. I'm like, really, man? Have you been looking at the same turns I've been looking at? He's like, yeah, you know, I've killed some of your guys, got some of their gear. Well, this is the only guy he's killed, by the way, which you just saw, that guy. So maybe he got some of the gear, which, you know, great. He's like, I haven't killed anything important. I'm like, dude, I've killed like 60 plus mages. And now some of the ones he probably wanted to get off the payroll, but like the Therogs, that was painful. I don't know, but he does not seem to be phased at all. He thinks things are going just dandy. Just dandy. Here we bump into these guys and then we die. This is actually kind of important because we're going to probably be fighting these guys this turn. So he's got these guys kind of protecting a temple. It's a bunch of Meneids. He's got some satyrs here who are recruiting the Meneids, of course. And then he's got some fire dudes. Basically a bunch of fucking garbage. The only thing which is remotely okay is this one Therog. So basically it's a bunch of hot fucking garbage. We kill 140 of them. Meanwhile, I mean, a lot of these are priests and shit, so they're banishing me. Okay, some of them... Okay, not a lot. One, at least. Two, they have 2 priests, so they're banishing me a little bit. But anyway, steaming pile of garbage that they have over here. So we're going to go kill this turn. Knock this temple down. Yeah, we raid into Pythium here, we're successful. We raid into caelum here, we're successful. We raid into Pythium here, we are successful. And kill more of his worthless garbage. We raid into caelum here. I think we're just knocking him off our fort. This is our fort near our southeastern throne. And then here we storm an Atlantis fort, so we're getting kind of to the end of the battles for the turn. Yep. Got him, coach. So, yeah, we kill these guys. He could have given them... I mean, honestly, ice elementals or water elementals are not that good against ghosts, so he could have wasted water gems on them. And he probably could have killed more, like if he had a few ghosts and then others doing cleansing waters. But, I mean... Yeah. I'm probably going to kill him. Purgatory killed 7 units, not very many. We're mostly keeping our guys out. We got water gems and then blue dragon scale mail. We got 2 crab generals that joined, which actually is a pain in my ass, because these guys are going to cost upkeep. The crab generals themselves are kind of useful, but the shrimp, which accompany them, are going to be expensive, because they're aquatic only. I can't get them out, and they cost upkeep. We got some PD, and then luck increases everywhere. Nice. And then that's basically it. So, we have some of our guys revive. Oh, we have a new favorite... Ooh. Private Plumpkit. Private Plumpkit. You got unequaled obesity. Where are you, my friend? I can't remember where I deployed Plumpkit. Where? He must be in this army over here. Unless he died. Did he die? Okay, he may be dead right now, but I mean, he's coming back. But unequal to beast, yeah, I think he. Well, I don't know. Really, really good. It's one of the best ones for a console. So that's good to know. I didn't actually realize that when I first looked at the turn. Where would I have potentially lost him? I know I lost some consoles down here. I bet you he was in this battle. Wait, Bobo? I think... Oh, maybe he was in... Oh, he was probably here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we only gave up... This is the only gear we gave up on this fight, so not a big deal. 10 gems worth of gear. But private plumpkit, okay. So let's zoom out and talk about kind of what's happening at the map level. A few things. Well, one is Atlantis has kind of committed their army down here. Pythium, whose army was up here before, they moved back. So we now have them a little bit on the defensive. And it looks like they're trying to kind of combine these armies up. And this is a bunch of steaming garbage. So we can potentially magic phase on top and kill this. And then these guys will potentially merge upwards, and then we'll get to kill them later. Which seems alright to me. I'm a little low on gear, unfortunately, is the problem. You know, I could potentially send Private Plumpkit, or Robin over here. Robin's the one who kind of came in and killed all these guys. There's not many mages nearby. I would rather magic phase attack and not fight them at the same time, but like, there's nothing really scary here. 3 Therogs? What, how does he have the Therogs scripted? Please tell me you don't have them in a communion. Oh my god. Okay, they're not in a communion. Oh, well. So that's figured out. I'm going to come in and probably tweak the shit out of this turn after I'm done recording. But ideally, I magic phase in somebody this turn. And then fight these 2 separate battles instead of fighting them all at once. What I'm going to do, I really want to get this lake system. So we're going to be moving in here, conquering the lake, and then we'll be making a play for his capital. I'll probably be hitting it, coming off. I really just want to get the lake. And then we'll make a thing for his capital. Gath has his armies here. He was asking me this turn if he could come and take 109 and then come in and take Atlantis. Because I had told him before that Pythium is going to potentially come in here and take Atlantis, and I might not can stop him. And I think I was doing that to kind of... Well, first of all, it looked like he was going to do it, and I wasn't sure I could send my main army over there to fight him. But now that I've killed this stuff over here, and then I might be able to kill this turn, I'm not sure. Anyway, because that's happened, I don't think Pythium can take Atlantis. So, if Pythium can't take Atlantis, Gath was like, hey, do you mind if I take it? Well, no, okay. If Pythium was going to take Atlantis, Gath was going to fight Pythium over Atlantis' cap. And I was telling Gath after I looked at the turn, initially I told him, sure, come on through. But then I looked at it and I was like, actually, dude, sorry, I can't let you do that. And he was like, well, I mean, if you're not going to let me do that, then, like, you surround me on all sides. I kind of have to fight you. And I was like, well, yeah, I mean, I can see that. You basically have to fight me or Satis, which is geographically awkward, or caelum. And so I told him that basically he has a decision to make. does he want to fight me now while I'm distracted a little bit with caelum and Pythium, or does he want to try to eat somebody and then fight me? So anyway, he's going to have to make up his mind on that. I don't know what he's going to choose. I think he's going to fight me now. But we have a nap, and I'm almost done with Alt 9. And once I have Alt 9, I'm pretty sure I can fatigue him out in a long battle with Rigor Mortis while I have Army of Gold up. If he does Wrathful Skies, it'll be interesting in a not very good way. So we'll have to sort through that, but potentially he could also Magic Duel the shit out of me, because I think he has reasonably priced Astral Mages. I always kind of forget Gath a little bit. Yeah. So he could also Magic Duel spam me, and that's something I would expect from him. Which would make it hard for me to bring certain types of mages. You can see he's already massing a bunch of Sibyls. But I have ways of dealing with that. But it means he's going to have mass regeneration and stuff, which means Wind of Death isn't going to be super effective. It'll be an annoying war, but I think I can win it. A combination of fatigue and morale plays, and then not getting killed by battlefield wipes. Wrathful Skies will be a bit of a bitch, but he's not really an air power. And so if he's bringing Wrathful Skies, it's not going to be terribly common. And I can potentially bring Wrathful Skies if I get Queen of Air Elementals, which I'm trying to summon this turn, because I mind hunted one of them this turn. Potentially, I think you're in Phlegra. Yeah, Odia is going to be casting Queen of Air Elementals. Now, Gath and I also agreed to put Maelstrom up together. And so I can send him the Elemental Staff. Whether he's going to want to or not, if we're at war, I'm not sure. But I'm fine even if we're at war sharing it, because, it's probably good for both of us, because we steal it from caelum. But dealing with this stack is going to be a little tricky, so we're going to have to figure out what the hell we're going to do. But Army of Gold, especially versus these guys, because they don't have magic weapons, they don't hit that hard, because they don't have, strength buffs or anything like that, really. And then Solar Weapons isn't going to do shit. Not when I have Army of Gold. So, it's really going to be... And then Firestorm isn't going to work. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they're going to trade very well against me, but I could be wrong. This is largely crossbow, which aren't going to do shit against me either. And this does have the steel ovens, which I would fucking love to get. So anyway, Gath is going to make a decision. We have a nap, and I am going to want the terms of the nap. So if he's like, well, we'll fight, then I'll probably say, okay, well, let's actually take the nap 3. Because I need to get Alt 9. Yeah. There's some annoying things that could happen later, like if he gets banished to whatever, I'm going to need Shaft that's going to attract that, so he doesn't send my Immortals to the Inferno or whatever. So those are some things I need to think about, like what is my chaff for that going to be? I think Vine Ogres work pretty well there, but I don't have a huge amount of nature income, so I probably need to ask or tinker with that, because I don't know. But that's another thing I would expect from him. It's annoying fighting blood late game. But I don't want to give him any more space. He's clearly the number 2 player at this point, I think. And then if I get this whole lake system, that'll be really good, because then it's going to be really hard for him to kick me out, especially if I get all this lake too. So we'll have to see. So that's basically my main goal. Get this. I probably won't be able to stop Gath from getting this one. He's probably going to send like a little raider on this turn, so it'll probably kill this guy, but if I can keep it locked down, then, well, I mean, that'll be good. Because then he won't be able to attack me without breaking our nap. And I think our nap is basically just good for the number of turns it's written on at this point, unless he really wants to go attack someone else. The thing is, he's made a lot of... He's put himself in the number 2 position by not attacking me while everybody else was. So it's been a good play for him. He's gotten pretty big. And I think he wants to continue it to try to outrun me. Because if he's big enough and the late game comes, he'll probably win. But I don't think he's outrunning me. I think I'm outrunning him. So we'll have to see. And I'm actually kind of okay, and I've mentioned this before, if we do end up having a war, because it's going to be much harder for him to blood hunt with me raiding him. Now, that said, he can do all sorts of annoying shit, like infernal disease and whatnot, to kill my raiders, but we'll see. I mean, and it's going to probably be an income bonus for me, too, if I start raiding him. Not only will I get his blood economy down some, but I should make a little money from it, which... We're doing good on money. We're doing good. If we look at the money graph, we're about as high as we've been. So, can't complain. But that tends to kind of happen. We go through little undulations, and right now we're in the process of conquering a new nation, which we've kind of been stalled out for a little bit in terms of territory growth. Right here when we were getting ganged up on everyone, but this right here is really the falling of Atlantis, and then a little bit of winning the raiding war on Pythium. So anyway, over here we're basically going to be coming in here, basically doing mass protection and a fatigue play with rigor mortis here. That's really all we have to do. Darkness and stuff doesn't work underwater. We may be doing a little bit of overkill, but if I get this army trapped inside a fort, yeah, I don't know. I feel pretty good about this. I think, Robin, we're gonna send you over here. So anyway, that's this side. I mentioned we're summoning the Queen of Air Elementals. We're also going to be summoning the King of Earth Elementals because we killed him too. And so we're going to take a shot at winning him over. Where did I put you? Yeah, Barthrus is going to get his buddy. And I mean, it'll be good to have them because that's going to make it easier to spam out Earth Attack and stuff. So I want them a little bit, but more I don't want other people to have them. But we're also leaving the era of Elemental Royalty and we're entering the era of Tarts. And so that is going to be the name of the game for me after we get Alt 9. And we're pretty close. We're at Alt 8. We've got 7,000 research left, and we're doing about 2,100 a turn. So it's going to be probably like 4 turns to get it. And then it'll probably be like another 4 turns to get Conjuration 9. So in 8 turns, I'm going to have Tarts coming out all over the place. I probably won't even get these guys anymore, because I feel like, especially versus Gath, there's going to be a lot of magic duel. Caelum can't really do it very much, and Pythium can do it, but Pythium, a lot of his recruitment isn't out of fort, so his Therigs are they're actually in kind of short supply. Since a lot of his recruitment up until this point has been out of labs, like foreign recruit mages. So we'll see. I don't know. Anyway, it's definitely a risk. So having paths on Tarts is going to be nice rather than relying on Astral Mages. But yeah, so that's kind of basically what's happening over on the important fronts. Down here, we'll just be continuing to raid. We're pulling basically all of these guys back to a lab where they can fire out from. I do want to think about cracking this. Like, if we look at this army, I've got 500 siege strength. And so if I pulled 2 armies, I could 1 turn pop this. That would force him to do desperate things. The problem is, and I don't think he has flames from the sky, but potentially he could flames from the sky me. But I don't really think he has stuff in range. So that's something to think about. If I 1 turn pop it, I can force a fight, and then if I force a fight and I win it, then he's fucked. But the problem is, if I force a fight with 700 dudes and he Wrathful Skies me, we're going to be in bad shape. We're going to be in really bad shape. So, and I definitely know he's doing that now. Because he's sprung the Wrathful Skies trap. He's doing the battlefield wipes with Firestorm. We're also going to have on this front, I think we're gonna go ahead and have our big battle. I think I've weakened this, softened this army up enough. We're gonna send in the boys, and they're gonna absolutely wreck his shit. Like, he doesn't have an army to reinforce. So basically the question is just, how do we kill this queen? Which will be annoying, because she's got 23 defense and a dagger. So that will be annoying. And then this queen doesn't really have any gear, but I suppose she's just a caster. So I think what we're going to do to deal with them, because they don't have super high MR, is I think we're basically going to do Light of the Northern Star, and then just bring everybody and just zap the shit out of them with like Power of the Spheres, and we should have everybody at Astral 4, so we can do Enslaved Mind. And we're playing with improved AI casting, so the AI should be like, yeah, let's rock out with some Enslaved Mind. I might mix Mini Colossus in too. But that's basically the plan for over here. And I am Alt-8. Do I have... trying to see if I could get up to... Well, this guy, Power of the Spheres, Summon Earth Power, gets up to Alt-3. But I don't think that gets me Ground Army, which would be nice to put off. Oh no, it does. I can do it with Earth 3. So, okay, I should be able to get up Ground Army. Yeah, then I'm feeling pretty okay about it. So we have a fair amount of mages that can come in. We have iFlight, we have Elekium, we have Itimu, we have Ga. And I think over here I have another group. I don't know if these guys can make it. Yeah, they're going to be a little stretched. If I put Boots of the Messenger on them, they can make it, but I think I have most of my boots in other places, but we'll see. I might put it on one of them. But yeah, we'll just do the normal stuff. Rigor Mortis, Darkness. You know, potentially I could look at doing Heat from Hell. What spells does he cast? Oh my god, he did Mass Protection. Is everybody here Fire Weak? Oh my god, I could do Heat from Hell. Well, I think that's it then. I think we do Heat from Hell. I don't have... To get fire resistance on my own troops, I would need... whatchamacallit? Heat from Hell. Okay, to get fire resistance on my troops, I would need a Water Mage, because I need Warriors of... this one, of Niflheim. This gives you fire resistance, because I haven't run down enchantment yet, and I don't have a ton of magic diversity on this side of the map. Yeah, I don't think there's an easy way. So We won't do oh, well, shit. I kind of need... Actually, I don't even really need mass protection. He doesn't really have much physical damage here. Like, I really don't care about... I mean, what are his troops? He's got mostly these guys who are magic damage, which he stole from me, asshole. I think it's mostly mages at this point. I mean, he's got... Wait, it says he has 100. What does he have 100 of? He's got 10 Great Eagles. He's got 10 Meneids. He's got like 20 of my guys. Oh, and then Vine Ogres. I don't give a shit about Vine Ogres. They don't even have Dark Vision. So I drop Darkness. They're going to be 0 damage. And no magic weapons. Yeah. I think I skip Mass Protection. And then I just come in here. Heat from Hell, Rigor Mortis, they all fucking pass out. Including these ladies who are going to pass out. And then we kill them all. And then ideally, and I might alchemize to do it, I'm going to try to get another Queen of Air Elementals next turn. So yeah, if he doesn't back this army out, they're dead. Like, very, very dead. I can't imagine what would possess him to keep this army here. If he keeps it here, then I'm going to be very, very shocked. But we'll see. We'll see. He kept it here this turn. I wasn't really sure he would. So that's basically that. I'm also going to be teleporting in somebody on top of Wicker Woods. We've got Drithil coming in. And basically, this is really easy to take. It looks like a lot of stuff, but I just need basic armor. I kind of need a hat. Shit. You need... I think I'm going to do... Rigor Mortis. Okay. I want to kill the mages here, so I don't want them running away. So anyway, we're just going to drop Rigor Mortis and spells, and that will mean I probably have a better chance at killing all the mages. And spells is just going to... It basically means I'm going to be able to do Horde of Skeletons, and that should kill things faster than me running down trying to melee them. So anyway, we're just teleporting this guy in here. He should kill all this. And that will mean this whole front is basically opened up for me. But yeah, so I was, in my talking with Gath, he was like, well, I'm worried if I attack somebody else, then you'll just take this throne from Pythium. And I was kind of explaining to him I can't. Like, Pythium has a shit ton of fire income. They've got Eternal Pyre, and they can just flames from the sky me. In addition, they have Eternal, they also have Purgatory. So I can't really do that. But I was like, thanks for the advice, because I should keep an eye on it. And then I've napped Satis. So I don't know if... I mean, I'm kind of like a boa constrictor here, just slowly tightening my grip on the game. But it's not... I mean, it's kind of like that, but I'm in a race, like a foot race with Gath. So I think there's this element where I'm really big in like slowly tightening things without trying to overextend too much. But at the same time, I have to extend quickly enough that Gath doesn't get too much stuff before we end up making plays. But I think that's it. I'll see you guys next time.